Okay, we're recording.
Ask away.
Um, Tell me about your pet, name, species, where they live now.
I have two dogs, both two purebred blue heelers. One named Lucy, one named Della, both females. One's about, I think 13 now. And the other one's only maybe 5, 6. Back home, I also got 3 cats, three evil devil cats, a calico, a black and white tomcat, and a weird tortoise dark calico cat, whatever you want to call those. They're back home in Taos on my family's ranch.
Well, I grew up with a lot of pets. I had 2 dogs when I was little, and they both died. And that was sad, but it's okay. So anyways, after one of the dogs died, then we got 2 other dogs, and we raised them from my probably adolescence. So those are really my dogs because I was more responsible for them financially and with feeding them and making sure they don't die in general. And so then going into college, I obviously could not take the dogs with me.
I have 2 pets. One is technically mostly mine at home because I'm the reason that we have him. He's a little corgi named Major, and he is my baby, and I adore him to bits, and I'm his favorite. But, yeah. And I have a cat at home as well named Frisky. She's just, well, actually, she's what we call a church cat, because we found her at church.
Compare your life now to what it was like having a pet then.
More stressful. Instead of having pets to annoy me, I have 3 roommates to annoy me. It sucks.
But luckily I only live like half an hour away from my parents' house, so it wasn't as bad as I guess some people would have to deal with separation. Let's see. But it was difficult because I'm very used to, like, if I had a rough day, I could go out and just like hang out with my dogs because they like me no matter what. But I didn't have that in college, so that was kind of a bummer, but I did okay anyway. So I guess once I went to college, they became less of my dogs and more of my parents, which is kind of ironic because I got older and more responsible, but for some reason now I wasn't responsible for them. So they don't really listen to me anymore, but that's okay.
I visit my pets pretty often, even though I've moved out of the house. I try to see them every weekend, and my dog is always happy to see me. And normally when I come home, he's stuck to my side, and when I go to the bathroom, he loses his mind, and he just can't stand it. Which is always nice. It's nice to know that I've managed to keep that good bond with him, because he's my baby and I love him. The cat is a different story. She acknowledges my presence, and then she expects me to feed her, and then she goes about her way. But yeah, I don't have any pets here on campus, so it's always a treat to go home and see my pets. I do love having animals around. I've had them around my whole life. I love to take care of them and feed them. So I can't wait to have my own place and get my own animals and have some animals around.
If I had to choose one of my pets to be here with me, I'd prefer my dog Lucy, even though she would go berserk and eat off my roommates' faces. I don't know. I miss my pets. Then again, she's really my mom's, but if I had to get a new pet, I'd probably get maybe either another blue heeler or a purebred bloodhound.
Okay, but so when I got into college, after my freshman year, I heard about Vic and Tori and how people can live with a dog. So I was like, that sounds like fun. I would like to do that. So I did, and that was pretty good. It was kind of fun to live with dogs that I'd never really known before. There were some challenges too, but by and large, it was a lot of fun just to be like, I live with 2 giant dogs. It's fun. And then that job ended, so then don't have any animals right now, like other than the ones that like are at my parents' house. I go and see them sometimes, but mostly I go and see my parents.
Pets are more fun, and they make you more responsible actually, because there's something under your care that you need to pay attention to. So it's just a good way to practice being a responsible adult.
Do you think pets affect your stress level?
To a certain degree, I think, depending on how they act and how they behave and how you are around with them, they can either increase your stress level, like with my cats. Every once in a while, back when they were kittens, I'd be standing there working, and they would just come and jump on my leg and claw into it like it's a tree. And my dog Lucy, who every once in a while when we'd be working with the cows, liked to be stupid and chase the cows in the opposite direction that we needed them. Or she would just bark galore and scare the cows and keep them from coming into the pen. So they can increase your stress level, but I also think they can de-stress it. Because you come home, there's nothing like having a dog jump on your chest and tackle you to the ground. Or having a weird fat calico cat just jump in your lap and say, "No, this is my seat. Don't move. Pet me, or I'll scratch your eyes out." So I think it all depends on how they act, but they can do both. Increase your stress level and bring down your stress level. So.
Yes, sometimes they cause stress because like medical bills for animals, that's like really annoying. But also mostly like with like stress levels from things outside of animals, they somehow like seem to pick up on when you're higher stress than others, so than other situations. So like they come and comfort you and it's a lot of fun, or like they do silly things and it makes you laugh and then you're better. So yeah. Plus they're really soft.
Yes. There is nothing better than having a little hairball to just push your face into when you're having a bad day. Of course, it's also bad when they throw up on the floor. So they give stress and they take stress. It goes both ways, but I definitely think I feel much better having an animal around.
What do you think about allowing pets to live on campus with the students?
I believe I can understand not having pets because they're a lot of work. I didn't know lots of people who don't take care of their pets, and if they don't take them outside enough, they're going to stink up the place, just make it horrible for everyone. I think if you do have a pet, I think maybe I can understand their only pet role being fishes, but for apartments, for the campus apartments, I can understand maybe like having a cat or something. Because it's a big play, it's a decent sized apartment where you can have a small cat running around, or even a small little fat lazy dog, or a big fat lazy dog that doesn't want to run around, like maybe a really old bloodhound that just sits on the porch all day. So I think it all depends on the pet itself and the size of the apartment. I even think maybe even small little like frogs or birds may be okay, I think. So all you do is keep in the cage all day long as you clean the cage. Clean the cage daily. I don't think it should be a problem.
I think it would be cool. I understand why they don't allow it right now, because obviously that could get out of hand really quickly and smell really bad. But I think there's a place for it, maybe in a more controlled environment, like a place to go and like hang out with animals so that you can get some of the stress relief, but where it's controlled so that there's not just a lot of like animals running around chewing on things and destroying things. I think it would be cool, but obviously that'd be hard to work out realistically.
It genuinely depends. Because the people that are in charge have to worry about all of the students and not just the students that want pets. Because there's a point where it becomes, some people have pets because they are like emotional support, but you know, they can't just let everybody bring their pets. There's so many different things that they have to consider, like allergies and animals that don't like people. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that you have to go into when you think about that issue.
What effect do you think this would have on the students?
I think it would, depending on days, I think it'll both increase their stress level and lack of sleep, and also decrease it because they'll have something extra. They'll have a true best friend to come home to. Even though they'll have to take care of that friend and clean up after them, take them for walks, wake them up in the middle of the night when they need sleep. But all in all, I think it balances out 50-50 depending the pet and how they train them. If you train your pet properly, you shouldn't have a problem. But it all depends.
Well, the people that don't like animals would be really mad and probably annoyed. But the people who do like animals would probably be like freaking out about it all the time, like, this is awesome. So I think that's probably why they don't have it. Because division. But I think it could positively affect a lot of people, like, especially like thinking about like those who struggle with like depression and anxiety and things like that. Like, it's good to have that kind of outlet. I think there have been studies that have proven that helps, like, having animals, so it could help.
It depends on the student. Some people don't like animals. I'm not friends with any of them, but they exist. But pets reduce stress levels and they create stress. It just genuinely depends on the person. It's a very specified topic. I think that's the biggest issue.